What's up, everybody? Rant'N Rich here. Now today I want to talk about somebody that's been making the headlines more than usual after their win on Saturday night at UFC 241. They defeated Anthony Showtime Pettis by decision. Can anybody guess? That's right, none other than Nate Diaz. Nate comes in to the octagon after 3 years of being off, comes in, makes a statement, defeats Anthony Pettis. Then after the fight is probably more interesting than the fight when he calls out Jorge Masvidal, which I think is a great matchup. Jorge was spotted in the crowd. He puts his hands up. He starts shaking his head. Now, if you missed it, before Nate fought Anthony, Jorge was backstage, and Nate was one of the names that popped into his next fight list. He was Nate or Conor McGregor, and he basically was explaining that was going to be more of a money grab, more of a money fight. And then he said, or I'd like to fight Usman for the belt. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if Jorge Masvidal is ready for that. I mean, he's only 2 wins in a row. He's been looking great, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to diss him in any way, but I think he needs a little bit more, at least one more strong fight, maybe a finish or something that's really making a statement. But he's basically taking no prisoners now, putting messages out to the UFC like it's my way or the highway. So he wants that money grab, he wants that fight with Nate Diaz. Everything was looking good up until yesterday, when who other, that's right, the notorious Conor McGregor goes on social media, I believe it was Instagram, and he basically puts out a statement to Nate Diaz congratulating him, which is rare for Conor McGregor, giving him all the respect in the world. But also with that, he did throw in a couple of jabs and said, you know, I can understand why you didn't call me out for the trilogy, but you called out Jorge Masvidal, because insinuating that that's going to be an easier fight for him. So very interested to see what happens after this. Now, what do you guys think? Please comment down below, let me know, because my take is that I do think Nate should fight Jorge Masvidal. I think that they have very similar personalities, which is great for promotion. Similar styles, and I was talking about in the octagon, they're not down for holding each other against the cage and playing grab ass for 2 rounds and then pouring it on towards the end. They want to stand there and bang like an old school Donnybrook, like 2 OGs fighting out in the parking lot. That's more their style, and that's why it's exciting. That's why people like to watch them fight. So I personally feel that Nate should fight Jorge. I know they usually try to do a big card towards the end of the year around the holiday season. Get that done. Keep Nate active. The UFC has to keep Nate active, keep Nate happy, along with Jorge too. They gotta pay them both what they deserve. I mean, that's the only way to keep Nate active. The fans want to see Nate stay in the octagon and keep busy, stay in there. It didn't seem like he really got too hurt. I mean, I don't know for sure, but against that Anthony Pettis, he didn't seem like there was no major injury. So I'm sure can get back in there come like mid to late December, and then next year, maybe in the springtime, possibly like April or May, maybe Ireland. I don't know, Nate versus Conor McGregor trilogy in Ireland. I mean, how crazy would that be? You know, Conor McGregor, his comeback fight, he'd be going nuts trying to promote that fight. The Irish fans obviously are going to have his back, and Nate probably doesn't care. I'm sure he'd go over to Ireland if he's going to get paid the right amount. So that's a possibility. And then if Conor doesn't have any legal issues going on, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, but if he's cool to jump right back in, maybe he should take a fight before he fights Nate. But I don't think that his tweets and his Instagram posts or wherever he's posting, I don't think he should have the right to intercept Jorge's chance, because this is literally going to be, or should be, a big fight, big payday for Jorge, and he deserves that. He might not deserve the title shot quite yet, but he definitely deserves that pay fight, because he's been around for a long time. He's had his ups, he's had his downs, but lately, like I said, he's been looking really good. So I definitely think that's a great matchup, number one, and I think that Jorge Masvidal definitely deserves that big money fight. Now, of course, I don't know what's going to happen. Again, Conor McGregor was giving him props, but at the same time kind of taking jabs at him. At the end of the day, Conor usually gets what he wants with the UFC. I just hope that the UFC can stand their ground, hook Conor up with a fight. I mean, there's Donald Cerrone. How crazy exciting would that be? There's Justin Gaethje. Come on, Justin Gaethje versus Conor McGregor. Nobody's going to be wrestling in that one. So there's options for Conor, but I think that maybe next spring, like I said, or even the big 4th of July card, if it has to be in Vegas, at the T-Mobile Arena. They have the expo there and stuff. That's a huge huge time for fights too. So maybe push it off. It all kind of depends on timing, when Conor plans on coming back, when Nate plans on coming back, and Jorge, I mean, he seems like he's ready to go. Again, I want to know what you guys think, whether you agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Please put your comment down below. Who should he fight next? That's the big question right now. And of course, I'll update you as soon as I get more updates myself during the week. So that's all I got for you today. As always, Rant'N Rich here, signing out from sunny SoCal. I'm out of here. Latest.